If you're feeling frustrated with life and want to give up, or you feel that you have tried and you feel like you're failing in whatever you're doing in life, if you feel that you haven't fulfilled your potential and there's something in you that you want to birth into the world and hasn't happened yet, if you have a purpose you want to fulfill and you don't know what it is, if you feel frustrated that you just want to create a life of freedom, financial freedom, prosperity, abundance, wealth, contribution, impact, purpose, doing what you love for your work, if you feel like you want to be in your best and highest and best, to feel good about yourself, to love yourself. If you feel like you're going through the antithesis of that and you're in the rut and you're feeling hopeless or you're feeling despair, that you haven't achieved your dream and you haven't accomplished whatever it is that's in your heart that you want to materialize in the world, you're not alone. This time of reflection, there's time of reflection, of going within and taking a look at one's life and exploring with one's higher intuition. You can call that the higher self, or with the God self, whatever name resonates with you, to explore solutions to those areas of life that want to be improved. It is easy, so easy to have the negative mind take over and send us into the spiral pit of shame, despair, and hopelessness that we as co-creators haven't, been able to figure something out yet or materialize the vision that we want to create in our lives. And if you've come to a roadblock and you feel that you're stuck, or like you're wondering, will I ever get there? Will I really achieve this in my life? And all you see is a mountain that is so hard to climb. This is the time to really reflect and to see, hey, maybe my higher self has a solution. Maybe there's another solution that I haven't seen yet. And being willing to explore with the higher self saves you time, saves you money, cuts down delays, cuts down setbacks, frustrations, and many mistakes, and allows you to exponentially grow, learn, and take the fast track. In other words, I would say take a faster track towards your goal, because when we are relying upon our ego, our intelligence, our personality to figure it all out, we are missing we're uh, working in a way that's against ourselves, because the higher intuition, that part of us, which is our other half, right, completes us and gives us uh, the higher intuition. It gives us gives us wisdom, intuition, guidance, clarity, things that we don't have to figure out all on our own. So when we take the steps to include, to ask, to know, and to listen, we can get more clarity as to the practical steps that we need to take to go from our rut to our freedom, from the pit of despair and hopelessness and powerlessness to steps of empowerment and happiness and joy, because we are aligning with the guidance of our higher self. And it always leads us to our highest fulfillment and toward joy, and will never lead us or leave us. Never leave us. I have to say that will never leave your side and will never lead you astray. And I personally learned so many times how I've made mistakes where I have not followed the higher self, and when I have asked and listened, it always draws me closer to my joy, and it always brings me to my joy when I listen and follow. So if you are feeling that you need more clarity, or you're feeling like you don't know what you want to do with your life and feel lost or confused, then you're not alone. You do have a higher power supporting you, and all it takes is asking, because free will choice is what allows the higher self to intervene or not. When we ask, we give our higher self permission to collaborate with us in a very intimate way that helps us to make more improved and more evolved, empowering decisions that lead us to a better life and a brighter future. It allows us to connect to our purpose in life, and it has solutions for every area. So, walking alone and figuring it all out is a slow track. And while we can take that route, it just is longer and more painful. Or you can take the route of inclusion, which allows us to co create with the higher self and allows us to take away that painstaking struggle of having to make decisions on our own. The cool thing about working with a higher self too is that you develop a very intimate relationship with the higher self. It evolves and grows over time as you practice that pattern, and it allows one to make better choices, decisions. You just don't feel alone anymore. And that's just how I feel. And so I said, a lot of people could benefit from this because a lot of people don't know that the higher self really cares and wants to collaborate with each one of us very intimately and wants us to have access to their wisdom, and has solutions and wants us to thrive and live a life of prosperity and abundance and to fulfill our heart's purpose and desires and to not live in a system like we have right now that enslaves us and wants us to be free from the limiting narratives of the lower patterns, right? The lower self that tells us we can't, or that diminishes our light, or doesn't allow us to believe in our truth and our greatness of potential and what we're here to fulfill. Because each one of us come here with a divine purpose, a divine superpower, a divine gift and calling that is meant to be actualized in the world through our soul purpose, and allows us to uh, co-create something beautiful in the world that needs transformation. As you can see, many industries, many people's lives, and can really bring solutions to people's lives and to our economy and into our world. So when we start collaborating with a higher self, we uh, take on a new version of ourselves. We become and embody a new version of ourselves that we never believed possible. We um, we start to see that, okay, who do I need to become? We start to see, okay, I'm not necessarily resonating higher self here in this area of my life. Okay, this is the virtue I need to become to evolve into my higher self. So then there's this joy of becoming the higher self, thinking like the higher self, modeling the higher self, following the higher self, and we become more in congruence and in alignment with who we are. And so when we do that, we're now in resonance and in frequency with our true divine nature. And then we can physicalize that through our purpose, through our external service, and we can contribute through our work in our relationships in a whole different way than if we were living from our old selves. That was a mouthful. So I just wanted to let you know that you are you're here for a purpose. And if you take the time to discover that and you walk with the higher self, you can live the life of prosperity that the higher self wants you to have. And I just wanted to say you're not alone. And this is the time, 2025, this is the time for us for leaders and visionaries, people with a dream and a vision, to step into that calling, to know what that is, and to contribute your unique blessing to the world. I just want to say thank you for listening. I wish you all the best. Namaste.